Okay, another thing we're going to do in this model, and it's similar to when we edited the tile for our backsplash, is we're going to make some area rugs. So I think I measured this earlier, and I think I can get in an 8 by 10 foot. So yeah, there's 10 feet. I can do 8 wide. This is going to be really similar to the countertops, but honestly a bit easier too. So we're going to basically draw our a square over in here, well, rectangle, and then we're going to be basically painting it in with a rug texture. All right, so to get that, I'm going to do this out in space over here. We'll clean out all this extra stuff later, but I'm going to do, so mine is going to go 10 foot this way, 8 foot that way, then another 10 foot this way, and then it's going to connect up like that. Oh, did it? Yep, there it goes. Okay. So this is again going to have some thickness, maybe about an inch. So we'll bring it up. Well, actually, I'm going to wait. We're going to paint that in first, just like we do with the countertops. So now we need to make a texture for this. This is going to be a little bit, there might be some editing you have to do to it. So in this case, I'm going to select as my kind of base for this. I'm going to go to carpet. And again, these are not the most attractive carpets, but this is a carpet right here. That'll work as a texture. That's a Berber. This is one that has like a bit of a pattern. Let me see if there's something a little plusher if they've added it over the years. Let's see. So far, none of them look. Oh, well, all right. This one's plush. So carpet plush. So we're going to use this as our base. The picture I'm going to use is actually a picture I basically downloaded from Wayfair. So let me pull that up in my kind of my model file here. One I might play with later. I kind of kept going into this teal direction. So I'm going to pick this one, say open. So now, right now it's not the size I want it to be. So I want it to be, it's like 8 inches. So I want it to be 8 feet. But first what I have to do is click this lock and unlock the ratio. So I can kind of force it to be 8 feet. So this is going to be 8 feet wide by 10 feet long. And that's going to be, we're going to basically paint that picture onto here. So once we get that kind of, once it's the material's been made, we're all okay. So it's now a texture over here. So we're going to paint that in. Now, right now, the scale's kind of off. So what's happening is what I showed you in the earlier video about like scaling your texture. So if we're going to go to texture, position. So right now, first of all, it's going in the wrong direction. It's going this way when I want it to go like this way. So there is a rotate tool in this. So there is, you gotta kind of hover over. This is scale. Right now our scale is okay. This is distort. We don't want that one. This is the rotate. So if you click on the green, this is going to operate like our other rotate tools. So we're going to kind of get it to go, let's see, I'm going to go like that. And so I'm kind of trying to keep it to, the 90 degrees, obviously. Now I'm going to move it and see if it's still like oversized, I think. That's roughly what the pattern is right there. That's not too bad. So this is also the scale tool. So if I click on that, see how I can kind of like drag it in and be a little smaller. So I'm trying to see where the edge is before it starts repeating. Oh, I made it a little too small. See this blue? That's the border of the picture. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. But again, you've got to be really careful and make sure you're not kind of torquing it, like basically stretching it in the wrong direction. Let's see there. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so now that's basically the pattern of the rug right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up 1 inch. So we're just going to go up 1 inch and see how it's given like a little bit of pattern on here. If you don't like, if it's getting too busy, you can just literally like paint in just a turquoise color in there too, or whatever color pattern rug you have. But that'll give us the illusion of basically reality there. So we're going to select it. So I'm on my pointer tool, do the whole thing, right click, say make component. We're going to call this like teal rug, create. And now my handle, I'm gonna kind of pull it into my living room kind of by this back corner here. So I'm going to get this bottom edge because this is what'll sit on the floor. And I'm going to zoom it over to my living room and I'm going to make sure it says on face. So right now we got to position it a little better. Then I get the move tool and I pull it down like this. Make sure we're still on the face. See how it says on face with a little red line. Kind of shimmy it over here a little bit. Now, one of the things you'll notice is some of my like legs are disappearing because they're kind of, I guess my carpet is very plush. That's okay. I can also make my rug, I might make my rug a little thinner too. So let's edit it, the edit component. Let's see, I made it an inch. Let's make it more like a half inch. So I'm going to pull it down like basically 0.5 inches. All right, so the way I'm doing that is I'm gonna kind of just push it with the push tool and just go down like I'm gonna eyeball it before it disappears into the floor. Up, let me pull it back up again. Hold on, Control Z. Go down, just a little shimmy there. Okay, that's good. And then it looks a bit more realistic. Like you are gonna have, oops, hold on, let me zoom in. You are gonna have your, your carpet and your furniture legs are gonna kind of smush into your carpet, but we don't want to make them look like they're completely disappearing. All right, this is also the same way you make custom artwork. So SketchUp does have a pretty decent like collection of art, but over the years, like Lynn and I have kind of seen the same art pieces over and over again. So the ideal thing is honestly is to Google art. So like if you know your color scheme, kind of jump on here. So say for example, again, if I want to keep going with this teal, it can be like teal modern art, and then see what comes up for images, and then I can copy and paste and use these as like more customized images in my apartment, which is, or my house too, which is a nice way to kind of set yourself apart from all the standard stuff that's there in SketchUp and instead make some custom artwork that's going to be on your walls too. Like I said, let me go back to the SketchUp does have lots of cute plants, lots of nice accessories, but particularly for artwork, like, I might have a nice big piece of art over here. Might add some storage too. So maybe put some art here. But that'll again set your models apart. It'll customize. In the real world, a lot of times I will actually add a client's real art and real family pictures because again, it helps them have an immediate sense of like, this is my home. This is the pieces that I'm going to be using. So it does definitely help to kind of class it up a bit too. All right, but this is how, again, how you do carpets. Same idea, you're gonna make a picture on the wall. You're just gonna draw the rectangle this way. Or if you draw it flat, you can just like flip it up with a rotate tool. And then you're gonna make it a component and stick it on your wall. All right, again, like I said, expect to see some custom rugs in here too. And we'll eventually start accessorizing this also in class.